I am here with Ray Cavicchio, international referee. That means that's the top spot. That is that's the Yoda of referees. And I wanted to try to understand the process that a player has to go through when they come to racket control. And the first question I want to ask is, does it count if a player volunteers their racket to be tested?
We've been doing a lot of volunteer testing here,
Okay.
with no consequences to the player whatsoever.
Okay.
But our main concern is basically to educate the people about with the referees' selection. Random tests have been done through all the events, and then their racket is brought here and tested. It meets many specifications. This is the form we're using.
Okay.
Brian,
Here's the form. You can take a look.
Gloss, flatness, thickness for all the sides, for the
Okay.
two sides, and also the SCs. What this form lacks, which we are in the process of changing, we have changed already, is the brand. But we've been doing brand.
Okay. You
marketing.
mean the company? Okay, the company. that
The
we're-
authorized brand from the ITTF or USATT.
Okay.
So we check for everything. On a quick inspection of the racket, we check to see whether the racket has been damaged, the rubber has been damaged, we check both sides.
Okay.
Check for glosses, as I mentioned.
Okay.
And that can easily be checked with just reflection with the light.
Okay. Now, there's something on here with regards to gloss that would raise a red flag to you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
We no longer have a gloss meter, possibly in the coming years we'll get one. It is expensive, I think it's close to $2,000, and I'm saying we as the association.
Okay.
But by using a net gauge and with a light, by putting a net gauge at approximately 45-degree angle, if you can clearly see it, the lettering, the rubber is too glossy. I can see the lettering here, but the lettering is fuzzy.
Right. I see.
This is an acceptable level.
Okay.
Sometimes the glosses, and we ran across only one racket here this time, you can almost shave with it.
Really?
So-
Okay. I mean, does that mean that they've used some type of chemical on the top sheet?
They may have, it may have been left in a car and
I
it's
see.
dried out and such. The problem with that is it can actually be adverse effect to the players because the light may be shining off it and shining
Right.
on the player's
I
eyes.
see.
Just
Okay.
like a flash bulb going off at the
Okay.
same time. So that's
Or
why-
just a glare from the sun
Exactly.
and light? Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
See, that's why we don't want that to occur.
Okay. Now, how many, for the random tests that you have done, how many have come back positive?
I think it was only 4, right?
Okay,
Yeah, so far
okay.
only 4.
Only 4. Now, does that mean that you guys haven't done enough random tests, or that means that you feel that people are actually just using the legal glue?
I'm hoping, because the basis to all this is that we're trying to make the sport healthier for everybody.
Right.
Because I remember back in the 50s, even though I'm only 39,
He's 39. He's 39.
that it was considered bad for you to sniff glue.
Right.
To some extent, the sport for the last 20 or so years have been allowing people to constantly re-glue rubber because of the speed glue effect, to the benefit of the speed glue effect. But this has been hazardous to their health.
Right.
So now, I think people are starting to realize that more and more people have quit smoking, so
Right.
on that line. So I'm hoping that everybody will respect the rules
Right.
and have a healthier sport for everybody, not only
Right.
for the players, also for the officials, everybody involved.
Okay. Now, do you think it poses a problem when you have manufacturers that are still manufacturing VOC boosters that maybe some of them are undetectable? Do you think that poses a problem because a lot of the speculation of whether or not a person has used something is based on the sound of their racket? Do you think the manufacturer should be the top spot?
Effective January 1st, a letter put out by the ITTF president, Adam Sherrard, effective January 1st of this coming year, a couple weeks away, there will be punitive consequences to the manufacturers,
Okay.
distributors, coaches, and players for using illegal products.
Okay.
And illegal products not only includes rubber, glues, boosters, and tuners, all spelled out, even to the extent of Adam has suggested to the manufacturer, which I'm sure they'll follow, you will not be getting maximum sponges thickness anymore for the simple fact that if you go with the maximum thickness of the sponge in conjunction with a glue sheet or
You
just
may
a layer
expand it.
beyond the 4 mil, thickness.
Okay.
And that would be considered illegal.
So you think 1.9 is gonna be the standard so that using the glue gets it under the 4 mil?